Atomics MQ-9 Reaper, sometimes called Predator B, is an unmanned aerial vehicle, UAV, capable of remotely controlled or autonomous flight operations developed by General Atomics Aeronautical Systems, GA-ASI, primarily for the United States Air Force, USAF. The MQ-9 and other UAVs are referred to as remotely piloted vehicles aircraft, RPV/RPA, by the USAF to indicate they're human ground controllers. The MQ-9 is the first hunter-killer UAV designed for long-endurance, high-altitude surveillance. In 2006, the then Chief of Staff of the United States Air Force General T. Michael Mosley said, "We've moved from using UAVs primarily in intelligence, surveillance, and reconnaissance roles before Operation Iraqi Freedom, to a true hunter-killer role with the Reaper." The MQ-9 is a larger, heavier, and more capable aircraft than the earlier General Atomics MQ-1 Predator. It can be controlled by the same ground systems used to control MQ-1s. The Reaper has a 950 shaft horsepower, 712 kW, turboprop engine, compared to the Predator's 115 HP, 86 kW, piston engine. The greater power allows the Reaper to carry 15 times more ordnance payload and cruise at about 3 times the speed of the MQ-1. The aircraft is monitored and controlled by aircrew in the Ground Control Station, GCS, including weapons employment. In 2008, the New York Air National Guard 174th Attack Wing began the transition from F-16 piloted fighters to MQ-9A Reapers, becoming the first fighter unit to convert entirely to Unmanned Combat Aerial Vehicle, UCAV, use. In March 2011, the U.S. Air Force was training more pilots for advanced unmanned aerial vehicles than for any other single-weapon system. The Reaper is also used by the United States Navy, the CIA, U.S. Customs and Border Protection, NASA, and the militaries of several other countries. The USAF operated 195 MQ-9 Reapers as of September 2016, and plans to keep the MQ-9 in service into the 2030s. Origins: the General Atomics Predator B-001 inches, a proof-of-concept aircraft, first flew on February 2, 2001. Abraham Karim is the designer of the Predator. The B-001 was powered by an Allied Signal Garrett TPE 331-10T turboprop engine with 950 shaft horsepower, 710 kW. It had an airframe that was based on the standard Predator airframe, except with an enlarged fuselage and wings lengthened from 48 feet, 15 m, to 66 feet, 20 m. The B-001 had a speed of 220 knots, 410 km per hour, 250 mph, and could carry a payload of 750 pounds, 340 kg, to an altitude of 50,000 feet, 15,000 m, with an endurance of 30 hours. The company refined the design, taking it in 2 separate directions. The first was a jet-powered version. Predator B-002 inches was fitted with a Williams FJ44 2A turbofan engine with 10.2 kilonewtons, 2,300 lbf, 1,040 kgf thrust. It had payload capacity of 475 pounds, 215 kg, a ceiling of 60,000 feet, 18 km, an endurance of 12 hours. The USAF ordered 2 airframes for evaluation, delivered in 2007. The first 2 airframes delivered with prototypes B-001 and B-002, now in the USAF Museum at Wright-Patterson AFB. B-002 was originally equipped with the FJ44 engine, but it was removed and a TPE 331-10T was installed so that the USAF could take delivery of 2 aircraft in the same configuration. The second direction the design took was the Predator B-003 inches, referred to by GA-ASI Altair, which has a new airframe with an 84-foot, 26 m, wingspan and a takeoff weight of approximately 7,000 pounds, 3,200 kg. Like the Predator B-001, it is powered by a TPE 331-10YGD turboprop. This variant has a payload capacity of 3,000 pounds, 1,400 kg, a maximum ceiling of 52,000 feet. In October 2001, the USAF signed a contract for an initial pair of Predator Bs, 001 and 002, for evaluation. Designated MQ-9s due to their prototype role, they were delivered in 2002. The USAF referred to it as Predator B until it was renamed Reaper. The USAF aimed for the Predator B to provide an improved deadly persistence capability, flying over a combat area night and day waiting for a target to present itself, complementing piloted attack aircraft, typically used to drop larger quantities of ordnance on a target, while a cheaper RPV can operate almost continuously using ground controllers working in shifts, but carrying less ordnance. Operation Satellite Antenna and Sensors of NOAA NASA Flight Demonstrator, 2005 MQ-9 Reaper crews, pilots, sensor operators and mission intelligence coordinators, stationed at bases such as Creech Air Force Base, near Las Vegas, Nevada, can hunt for targets and observe terrain using multiple sensors, including a thermographic camera. One claim was that the onboard camera is able to read a license plate from 2 miles, 3.2 km, away. An operator's command takes 1.2 seconds to reach the drone via satellite link. The MQ-9 is fitted with 6 storage pylons. The inner storage pylons can carry a maximum of 1,500 pounds, 680 kg, each and allow carriage of external fuel tanks. The mid-wing storage pylons can carry a maximum of 600 pounds, 270 kg, each, while the outer storage pylons can carry a maximum of 200 pounds, 91 kg, each. An MQ-9 with two 1,000 pounds, 450 kg, external fuel tanks and 1,000 pounds of munitions has an endurance of 42 hours. The Reaper has an endurance of 14 hours when fully loaded with munitions. The MQ-9 carries a variety of weapons including the GBU-12 Paveway II laser-guided bomb, the AGM-114 Hellfire II Air-2 ground missiles, the AIM-9 Sidewinder, and the GBU-38 Joint Direct Attack Munition, JDAM. Tests are underway to allow for the addition of the AIM-92 Stinger air-to-air missile. By October 2007, the USAF owned 9 Reapers, and by December 2010 had 57 with plans to buy another 272, for a total of 329 Reapers. Critics have stated that the USAF's insistence on qualified pilots flying RPVs is a bottleneck to expanding deployment. USAF Major General William Roos stated on August 5, 2008, "For the way we fly them right now, fully integrated into air operations and often flying missions alongside manned aircraft, we want pilots to fly them." This reportedly has exacerbated losses of USAF aircraft in comparison with US Army operations. In March 2011, U.S. Department of Defense Secretary Robert Gates stated that, while manned aircraft are needed, the USAF must recognize the enormous strategic and cultural implications of the vast expansion in remotely piloted vehicles, and stated that as the service buys manned fighters and bombers, it must give equal weight to unmanned drones in the service's important role in the cyber and space domains. In 2013, the Air Force Special Operations Command, AFSOC, sought the ability to pack up an MQ-9 in less than 8 hours, fly it anywhere in the world aboard a C-17 Globemaster III, and then have it ready to fly in another 8 hours to support special operations teams at places with no infrastructure. MQ-1 and MQ-9 drones must fly aboard cargo aircraft to travel long distances as they lack the refueling technology or speed to travel themselves. The C-17 is large enough to carry the aircraft and support systems and can land on short runways. Pilots traveling with the Reaper will use the ground control station to launch and land the aircraft, while most of the flying will be done by US-based pilots. Testbed and upgrades. In November 2012, Raytheon completed ground verification tests for the ADM-160 MALD J for integration onto the Reaper for an unmanned suppression of enemy air defenses capability. On April 12, 2013, a company-owned MQ-9 equipped with a jamming pod and digital receiver exciter successfully demonstrated its electronic warfare capability at Marine Corps Air Station, MCAS, Yuma, performing its mission in coordination with over 20 participating aircraft. A second electronic warfare test, fitted with the Northrop Grumman Pandora EW system, was conducted on October 22, 2013 with other unmanned aircraft and Northrop Grumman AA-6B prowlers, showing effectiveness in a multi-node approach against more capable aliens. In 2011, the U.S. Missile Defense Agency, MDA, reported its interest in using the Reaper and its MTS-B sensor to provide firing quality data for early interception of ballistic missile launches. The MDA is exploring concepts to use the UAV's EOIR sensor to achieve launch on remote capabilities with missile interceptors before detection by Aegis radars. At least 2 aircraft would be needed to triangulate a target to provide high-fidelity data. The MTS-B includes short and mid-wave IR bands, optimal for tracking launch and rocket burn. In 2013, the MDA terminated plans to build a follow-on to the Orbiting Space Tracking and Surveillance System, STSS, satellites due to near-term costs, opting to continue testing the Reaper for ballistic missile target discrimination. The MDA planned to test the improved MTS-C sensor, which adds a long-wave IR detector optimized for tracking cold bodies such as missiles and warheads after booster burnout, or plumes and exhaust. The goal is to use data from multiple high-flying UAVs to provide an off-board cue to launch an SM-3 missile from an Aegis ship. 2 Reapers demonstrated their ability to track ballistic missiles using their MTS-B EOIR turret during a test in late June 2016. Design an MQ-9 taxiing in Afghanistan. 2007. A typical MQ-9 system consists of multiple aircraft, ground control station, communications equipment, maintenance spares, and personnel. A military flight crew includes a pilot, sensor operator, and mission intelligence coordinator. The aircraft is powered by a 950 horsepower, 710 kW turboprop, with a maximum speed of about 260 knots, 480 km per hour, 300 mph, and a cruising speed of 150-170 knots, 170-200 mph, 280-310 km per hour. With a 66-foot, 20 m wingspan, and a maximum payload of 3,800 pounds, 1,700 kg, the MQ-9 can be armed with a variety of weaponry, including Hellfire missiles and 500 lb laser-guided bomb units. Endurance is 30 hours when conducting ISR missions, which decreases to 23 hours if it is carrying a full weapons load. The Reaper has a range of 1,000 nmi, 1,150 mi, 1,850 km, dubious, discuss, and an operational altitude of 50,000 feet, 15,000 m, which makes it especially useful for long-term loitering operations, both for surveillance and support of ground troops. On February 25, 2016, General Atomics announced a successful test flight of the new Predator B version. This new version has had the wingspan extended to 79 feet, increasing its endurance to 40 hours. Other improvements include short field takeoff and landing performance and spoilers on the wings, which enable precision automatic landings. The wings also have provisions for leading-edge de-ICE and integrated low and high-band RF antennas.